Hello, I'm Russell, this is the Trews. I'm looking at Bill O'Reilly over on Fox News because I'm starting to kind of like him, like a bad absent dad. Let's have a look at what he's got to say about gun control.
In fact, the follow-up segment tonight, an outrageous situation in Chicago over the 4th of July weekend. 82 people were shot, 14 fatally, one weekend. Almost all the shootings were in the black neighborhoods on the south side of the city. As you may know, this has been going on for years, and police cannot stop it.
You know, everybody asks me what's different about New York and Chicago. I can tell you very simply, the proliferation of firearms.
But that's bull.
It isn't, mate. He just said he's a policeman in Chicago. He knows more than you. He's not serving any other agenda. He's the head of the Chicago police. He's dealing with it on a day-to-day basis. He's not got some secret liberal agenda. That guy's probably a faggot, is he? Check his background. Well, no, he's not gay, Bill. Right, what is he, black? Well, you saw him. There's got to be something!
Chicago has very tough laws against illegal guns. Problem is they don't enforce the laws. Justice system seems to be chaotic there.
Right, just a quick thing. The Harvard School of Public Health took data from 26 countries and they've shown that in places where there are more guns, there are more homicides. In the case of the United States, they're exponentially more. The American murder rate is roughly 15 times that of other wealthy countries, and particularly countries that have tougher gun ownership laws.
Joining us now from Chicago, Karen Conti and Steve Greenberg, both are criminal defense attorneys. Steve, we begin with you.
What happened here is that the gun laws were found unconstitutional. These people have a right to carry arms. The problem is not with the punishment. The problem is more academic and epidemic in that what are you going to do with these people? When guns are rampant in a neighborhood,
if
either
a
you have to carry a gun
arrests somebody
or the other
with
guy's
an
going to
illegal
get you.
gun, Steve, you know, you're disagreeing with the facts. I mean, that gets us nowhere.
Bill, you've gone all confused. I don't know what it was. You've banged your head. Something's happened. Less guns will equate to less murder. Honestly, it definitely will.
The police commissioner is not telling the people of Chicago and the USA the truth. It isn't the gun law. It isn't that. It's just that the system is overwhelmed, according to you, and they can't get the bad guys off the streets, or they won't get them off.
They won't get him off. They see a bad guy, and they think, what's the point? And then the bad guy does some bloody shooting because he's got a gun. And however, even if that argument's right, even if it is because the Chicago police are secretly in league with criminals, all sort of lazy, like in The Simpsons, eating donuts and not bothered, it would help if less people had guns, wouldn't it? There's no version of reality where more guns is going to help. Yes, there is. It's this one. More people with guns can shoot bad people with guns. So if everyone's got a gun, all of the good... Like, no, you've misunderstood the concept. Having a gun is bad. It's not like there is no... Like, notions like good people and bad people, that's confusing. Don't get into that. There ain't good and bad people. There's good and bad in everyone, as they say in Ebony and Ivory. So, like, any person with a gun has now got an increased capacity, whether they are a good person or a bad person, to do mortal damage.
Chicago's the third largest city in the country, Steve, and the gun crime is concentrated in a few neighborhoods, not Asian American neighborhoods, not Hispanic American neighborhoods, certainly not on the Gold Coast in the white neighborhoods.
Firstly, why have you got all these different kind of neighborhoods in the United States of America? United, well, adjacent states of America. The white people are there, and then there's people that are a bit brown, and then very brown ones that are there.
It's all in the black neighborhoods, and it's gang-related, most of it. Isn't there a cultural problem here, Steve?
Bill, even if it is a cultural, even if your racist analysis is correct, it's still better to have less guns. And I don't agree with your racist analysis, and I don't agree with your truncated version of the narrative of the United States of America. I wonder if there's any reason why there could be like this cultural distinction for black people. Like, it's almost like they're angry about some things, like something might have happened to them that's making them feel angry and maligned. Let's look at history. Don't you dare look at history. That's things that happened. Yeah, but what about your Second Amendment? That's in history. You can look at that bit, but no other bit of it. Don't look at that bit of history. Hey, you had them as slaves. No, shut up.
In fact, they said a lot of the shootings this past weekend were not necessarily gang-related. It is a question of survival for these people because so many people have guns. You're either going to shoot at somebody or be shot at. That's the mentality.
Then
and what they have to do is not lock these people up.
If that's true, shouldn't they have a stop and frisk policy, which they had in New York?
Do the stop and frisk to reduce the risk. Do the stop and frisk to reduce the risk.
So shouldn't they have stop and frisk in Chicago to get the guns away from the bad guys?
Yeah, stop and frisk. Those policies are always popular and don't cause tension between the police and, let's face it, black people. They're stopping and frisking. Frisk, like it's a product. Stop and frisk. Why have an equal society where people are free and trusted? Now I just stop and frisk. Frisk. You know what frisk is? That's sliding your hands all up and down people. On what basis? On the basis that you look at the argument Bill wants. Stop and frisk black people. We just said it's only happening. It's black people who do this. Why don't you stop them and frisk them? Stop. You idiot, Bill. It's this attitude that's causing the problem.
Stop and frisk is constitutional. Our U.S. Supreme Court has upheld it. It upheld it in New York City. If a cop has reasonable suspicion that that person committed a crime or was involved, he can pat him down and he can find out whether he has a weapon.
And that's all we're talking about here. We're talking about a policy.
He can do that now. They can do that now. They do that now. Those police are out on the street in force, stopping people, stopping cars without probable cause, in fact, making up probable cause after the fact, searching people. There are whole portions of the community that believe.
Even the police chief in Chicago admits he can't stop it.
I think he was saying, Bill, I think his main message was, I don't know if I was watching a different program, he seemed to be saying, because there's too many guns. He said that there's no doubt about it, tighter gun controls. The bit of information that he said that I am going to listen to is the bit where he said he can't. This is what happened. He went, I can't stop it. Then there was this silent bit. And then that was the end of the press conference.
All right? He can't
Well, he's not going to say. He's not going to say we're going to go out there and violate people's civil rights.
You don't have to do
that. These people have nothing to look forward to. The problem is not to lock them up.
Of course not.
The solution.
Don't lock them up. Let them carry guns and shoot people and have 140 shootings in a weekend. Look, it's anarchy, Steve. It's anarchy, okay, in Chicago?
With guns. And anarchy, by the way, is very well organised and actually is the kind of solution that we should ultimately be looking for. Empowered communities of people that are responsible for themselves.
The city government, Mayor Emanuel, the police chief, Mr. McCarthy, cannot solve it. So innocent children are being shot. And all it is just, it's his fault, it's his fault, it's his fault, but it's incompetence at a level that I've rarely seen.
Oh, Bill, look for a reflective surface somewhere around that office and you'll see it every day.
I don't know where those facts are, Bill.
All right, it doesn't matter whether you know, Steve, those are in stone.
I want to go on that programme because if I ever meet Bill, I'm going to kiss him so hard. I'm going to French kiss him. You get off me. Come on, Bill. You need to have this snogged out of you. Come on, let me kiss you. Get off. Bill, kiss me. No! Get off me. No! Bill, I'm going to love you too. You learn to love yourself, Bill. No! Get off. Hey, unhand me. Unhand me. That is some Trews. I forgot to make the key point, so I'm making it now. The whole NRA and the gun lobby, it's not about rights at all. It's about money. It's not like, we're the people that care about your rights. They don't care about anyone's rights. They care about making money. They just use the idea as rights as a masquerade for making money. They'll use anything as a masquerade for making money. Spying on your personal freedom. Invading Iraq. That type of thinking has got to end. This whole manifest destiny bullshit, I love America madness. It's got to go. We've got to start sharing and being nice to each other. You commie bastard, Brad. Sorry, Bill. I love you.
Is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the news. If the news was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.